What's up, everybody? It's gear time with your boy Dana Soréy and Coast to Coast, exclusively Dana TV. Let's get it! Welcome, everybody. My name is Dana Soréy, and this is my man Coast to Coast. It's gear time. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Today we are hopping in talking about the ROYER microphone, the R121.
That's right.
Whew. Okay, we're talking about nothing but body, all right? This microphone is all about meat, beef, and all that comes with the fixings of meat and beef. It's like Thanksgiving every time you pull this microphone out, okay? It's gonna be a full meal. Now, the reason it was important to me to grab this ribbon microphone, and I'm not really sure the math on why they call it a ribbon microphone. Do you ever?
Yes, sir.
Do any, okay, break that down to me, 'cause I don't even think I know that.
So with most large diaphragm, or all large diaphragm condenser mics,
Okay.
right, you can see the diaphragm, circular diaphragm inside the microphone. We get signal because the diaphragm moves back and forth. We're sending it phantom power.
Okay.
On ribbon mics, right, you can see it's much skinnier. It's still front address.
Yeah.
So there's just actually a ribbon right in here. And the ribbon moving back and forth is what transmits the audio as electricity to us.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's some serious vibrations right here. Because I call this mic almost like this is the vintage of all vintage mic, because a lot of those 70s bands that were micing up their guitar amps and micing up their drums or getting gang vocals, and this mic, you can literally sit in front of an instrument or a set of drums, and it's just going to get that well-rounded, not all high, but it gets the high, it gets the mid, and it gets a little bit of the low, you know. So this is they probably use a lot of Beatles records on microphoning, you know, or amplifying and getting signal on those amps in rooms. I love this microphone because whenever I am trying to do, I would say like Motown drums, or just like anything where, you know what, let me give you a little trick. We give them a little nugget about how we mic drums, because nowadays everybody's trying to use about 10 to 11 microphones on your drum set. You know, when we're trying to go with that Motown sound, we begin to strip the microphones away, okay?
That's right.
We only like to do maybe an overhead, which could easily be this, or we just do a kick and a snare, you know what I mean? And we allow this ribbon mic to get the toms, we allow to get the room. I remember one time we were working on a Motown record, and we literally put this ribbon microphone in the hallway of the vocal booth, and it was giving off a crazy signal from that distance. Now, did we have to slide the room up, or I felt like the timing that we had, it was a little bit delayed and we moved it up, or?
It gave it a nice kind of like, almost like a slap delay. Like it was a little bit behind.
But it was okay?
Yeah, if we were looking for just body and not like effect, you know, we might have time-aligned it a little bit.
Got you.
But that puppy right through our distressor just gave us exactly what we wanted. A little bit of time separation and just all that meat. Yeah,
listen, this is all about the meat. And I will, you know, this is my desert microphone. I know you said the AKGs, but I love this microphone so much because it's just, I love just sometimes just taking chances and giving yourself some opportunities to experiment a little bit. And we want to make sure that we show you guys how to actually use this microphone and how to mic up an amp and how to use it on drum sets. It's going to really, really bless you, the information. What else do we have in the ROYER family that we can talk about?
So we also have with us, we were fortunate enough to get a ROYER 122 a couple years ago. You know, as far as the ribbon goes, it's, as far as I know, the same ribbon. But the big thing with the 122 is that it's an active microphone.
Got you.
So you're sending this guy phantom power.
Wow.
Which is very, which is very, very atypical for ribbons. Most of the time, if you put phantom power on the same channel as a ribbon mic, you might fry the ribbon in that microphone.
Wow.
And have to get it entirely replaced.
So we're saying no phantom power on this one?
Definitely phantom power on this one.
Okay, so I think we can help you. you see the logo is red, so it doesn't need phantom power. That means stop. Turn on the phantom power, or you're gonna fry it. Green means go. Put the phantom power on.
There you go.
Need some power, okay? So that's a good signal. I'm glad they actually made. I never paid attention to the red and green.
Royer, if you're watching this, there's your marketing right there.
Hey, listen, you owe me one, Royer, okay? But doesn't need phantom power. Green, you need phantom power. And look at the sizes too. Just two separate sizes going on.
You can,
right there.
you can feel it. So we wanted to bring you into our live room real quick and just show you a little bit more about our ROYER 121. Show you a little bit about how we use it, right? So first things first, we wanted to show you how we use it on a guitar cab. The ROYER 121 and a Shure SM57 is a tried and true classic way to use two mics on a guitar cab. They complement each other really well. The 57 has a lot of bite on it, whereas this one's more mellow. Like Dana said, it's more meat and potatoes. So we're just gonna show you the ROYER part real quick. So first things first, this is a ROYER 121. You see the red badge, and that's what we told you, red, no phantom power. Red means no. So we're gonna come over here. One thing we love at our studio is these quick release adapters on our mic stands. So we can take our microphone, all of our shock mounts have it, boom, we're in. So we're gonna come over here, and our cab, we're using our Fender DeVille right now. So we have 4 speakers on this cab. So what I'm gonna do, angle this up a little bit, just get it into position. So when I'm using multiple mics on a guitar cab, I want to mic the same speaker for each one, because you never know. Maybe a cable is loose, maybe there's a loose screw or something like that. So we want to make sure that we're picking the one we like the most. So what I like to do, take my handy dandy flashlight, come over here, and just shine a light on the grill. And you can probably kind of see in the video that the light coming through is now showing me the whole outline of the speaker cone. If I put my mic dead center on a speaker cone, like a lot of people think they should do, the sound you're going to get is going to be really muddy. It's also going to be, you're getting most of the air pressure coming out that way, so there's going to be a weird amount of attack, but it's not like attack from the guitar, it's attack from the air leaving the amp. So it's going to be a little bit plosive. The opposite of that, if you come too far in the other direction, if you're too far off the center of the cone, you start losing some of that body. You start losing a lot of the best stuff that you're gonna get from the guitar. So what I like to do is I come right up here and I line it up so that my mic is just a little outside where the cone meets the rest of the speaker. And I actually like to come tilt it a little bit too, so it's looking in the opposite direction a little bit. So this way we get most of the meat from the speaker cone. We get all the color we want. It's not too thin, it's not too heavy. My 57, I'll put right next to it. You know, I like to keep it half an inch to an inch off, but you can get right up on it. It all depends on your tone. Do try this at home. Experiment. You know, you never know what's gonna work best for you. This is what works best for us. That's our ROYER 121 on a guitar cab. We're gonna come back in 1 minute, just show you a little bit about how we use it on the drums.
All right, Coach, let's break down placement of the ROYER R121.
Cool. So we talked a little bit about how we use it on guitar. Now we're gonna move to how we like to use it on the drum kit. Yep. And step 1, your best mic is only as good as your best musician. So we brought in pioneering, famous session drummer, Dana Soréy.
Yes, they call me Dana Weckl Gad.
There you go. So, when you're working with drummers like Dana Weckl Gad, right, you got a couple things you can do with your ribbon mic. First off, we're gonna talk about placing it up here as a overhead. You can use it by itself as a mono overhead. You can blend it with a pair of mics and use it as like a triangle. A lot of producers like to use that. It's got some really good tone to it. The main thing when you're using it overhead is how hard your drummer plays when they hit. Because like we said, ribbons are good, they like transients, but you don't want to blow the ribbon because some drummer's smacking away. If you have a really powerful drummer, you know, you're gonna go a little bit higher with it. If your drummer likes to sit in the pocket and plays a little tighter, a little more reserved, you can really come just a couple feet over the kit.
So like forehead length looks like.
Yeah, you know, and we like to pair this with our distressor in there, which really gives everything a little bit of glue. So if you have a drummer playing nice in the pocket, reserved, 121 into a distressor, you're gonna get a really fat sound out of it.
That's usually a drummer just in the shoulder plays with.
Exactly. You see that form, you know how to do it. The main way we like to use it here in our studio is using it as a room mic.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll have usually a stereo pair up here, typically for us, either AKG C414s or Neumann KM184s. And then what we like to do, similarly, right, if you have a very powerful drummer, you'll go a little further back. But we like to put our stand right in front, maybe 3 to 4 feet off the kit. And because a ribbon mic is naturally bi-directional, you gotta remember, you're getting the room as much as you're getting the drummer.
Yeah.
Right? So luckily, thanks to Atom Sonic Concepts, we have a beautiful room here. It sounds great, so we have a lot of leeway. The worse the room sounds, the closer to the kit you wanna be.
Agreed.
So we're gonna come 3 to 4 feet off. What we're really looking to do is have it above the kick drum, but underneath the cymbals. Because we want to be catching the sound as it projects forwards. If you get too high, you're going to be mostly getting the sibilance, the brightness of the cymbals. Too low, you're going to get clogged up with the toms and the kick.
Yeah.
So we like to go right about here, kind of on level with the snare. And again, we put it in there, maybe you roll a little bit of low end off, some compression, and a ribbon mic, specifically the ROYER 121 in this position, is on most of our records. It really makes the drums feel bigger. It gives them a nice cohesion and a nice glue.
Yeah. Now sometimes play around with how far you want to put the ROYER. Although this is a great spacing of what he has, sometimes be creative, have fun with it. Don't let no one tell you that you can break, rules are made to be broken sometimes.
Absolutely.
So have fun with it. We were talking about how we kind of put our ROYER in the hallway just as a joke, just to see what would happen, and we got a lot of great room and body from the ROYER because it just will definitely magnify just intense meat, drum meat, guitar amp meat. So sounds like it's a wrap, Coast.
We'll see you next time.
It's a much needed piece. I mean, like I said, there's a ribbon in the sky.
You know, and one of the big things with the 121 versus the 122, because the 122 takes phantom power, ribbon microphones generally have a lower output volume-wise. So the 122 that you're sending phantom power, it's got a hotter output.
Yeah.
So you can get away with driving your preamps a little bit less.
Yeah.
You know, so it might be a little bit cleaner. You have some more headroom.
Indeed.
It's gonna be colored a little bit less.
Yeah.
But like you said, back in the day, all microphones were ribbon microphones.
Agreed.
So all those cool records from the 60s, the 70s, like most of that tone is ribbon mics. So whenever we want to get back into that bag, we always go with the ROYER for the drums.
Yeah.
Also, ribbons handle transients really well. Transients being, you know, the attack of a sound. So a snare drum, you hit that, very transient.
Yeah.
A bass guitar, you play that string, not very transient.
Yeah.
You know? But there has not been a trumpet recorded in our studio that has not been recorded on the ROYER 121.
It sounds great on horns. I think what I want to say about this microphone, it brings out the beauty of a distorted signal also. Like we put this on guitar amps that we talked about earlier, but it allows you to hear the beauty of a screaming guitar, or just a ripping, distorted guitar solo, or a high-pitched trumpet that is, this allows it to, it pads it enough to just make that distortion beauty and make it art. You know what I mean?
I think in a scientific way, what you're trying to say is that this mic has the sauce.
It has the sauce, bro.
And that's scientific.
It has the ROYER sauce, like Chick-fil-A sauce. Right? It's the same thing, y'all. Sauce in the studio is just that beauty of signal that we want to take advantage of. Let's talk money real quick, because how much is this running for?
Okay, so we're talking cost, right? Yeah. If you want a 121, you're looking at like $1,500 new,
brand new,
$1,200 used.
Yeah.
If you want to get the ROYER 122, it's got some more components, it's gonna be a little more expensive. We're looking at 1,800 new and like 1,500 used.
Got you. Listen, I know you were asking, we did not give some, let's give you some nuggets on where you can grab these microphones. You can grab these microphones on vintageking.com. That's vintageking.com, or you can go to reverb.com. They have apps for this stuff, or sweetwater.com. We'll make sure that we give you this information so you know where to grab some new gear or used gear. You get the option of seeing them both. Sweetwater is going to give you all brand new gear. Vintage King is probably going to give you both. You have the ability to grab both and get some price comparisons going on. Listen, we hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm having a blast with my man, Coast to Coast. It's gear time. Make sure you check out our next episode. You gotta go and subscribe where?
That's right. Dana TV on YouTube.com.
He said that's what it is, y'all.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Holla at your boy. God loves you. We'll catch y'all next time. It's your boy Dana Soréy, and I'm about that stay-home money. I hope you checked out our new show. It's Gear Time with my man Coast to Coast. Do not miss this week's episode coming up.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, where do they have to go to get it, bro?
You gotta go to youtube.com and go to Dana TV.